This is a complete blog system. Domain models, a database, a full admin, a comment system, RSS. And AI wrote the code for all of it, working from a backlog on its own. And it didn't even start smoothly. The first time I kicked it off, the model provider was down, so I switched models and ran it again. The good and the ugly is here, and that's the whole point of this video. Let me show you how it went. It doesn't start with a chat box or build me a blog conversation. It starts with an epic and 15 top level issues, real work items, ordered by dependency. My architecture is already encoded in the blueprint before the AI touches a single file. Dapper, not Entity Framework. Explicit SQL, the conventions I use on my own projects. So the AI doesn't guess how I build, it inherits it. And then I turn it loose with 8 workers running in parallel. Think of it like handing a prioritized backlog to a team that already knows your codebase. Instead of prompting one assistant and correcting it for 4 hours, that principle holds no matter which AI tool you use. Now it runs. The screen splits into thirds. Different agents working on different issues at the same time. Each one gets its own Git tree, does its work, commits, and merges back. You can watch the backlog actually turn green. A few things I want you to see. It verifies its own work. It builds the app, launches it, takes screenshots, checks mobile for responsiveness. Right here, it catches 2 responsive issues and fixes them. And the blueprint ships with the default styling look, but one of the issues restyles it to the real HowdyChad brand, the tan and brown that's on the live site today. Now, here's a honest take. I gave it 8 workers, but right here you can see only about 3 are running at once because the rest are blocked by dependencies. Parallelism isn't magic. The work still has an order. And it's not flawless. 2 agents edit the same file at the same time and cause a merge conflict. It resolves it and keeps going. One worker hallucinates badly enough that DevNitro just kills it, and it leaves the issue open, and then a fresh worker picks it up and gets it right. And that recovery, to me, matters more than a perfect run. So let me stop and open the code, because anyone can time-lapse a build. This is a data access file using Dapper, unit of work, explicit SQL. This is the code I'd write. This is the admin. I can list post, edit one, pull in categories, publish, or save a draft. It even built a full comment system, including its own 15 issue subproject. Now, would I ship this? Yes. For the core blog system, I definitely would. This is not slop. It followed the patterns because the patterns were defined before it started. And the things it didn't build, like search, it didn't because I didn't ask it to. You get what you define, nothing more. Now, the part most demos cut is things like this. When I went to run it, the database wasn't there yet, so I ran the migration myself. And then I ran the WordPress importer that it built to pull my old posts in. And here they are, images and all. But if you look closely, those images imported to local disk, not to Azure like I wanted. So while the run was still finishing its integration test, I opened up another conversation on the same listener. And I had it fix the importer to use Azure Blob storage. I wiped it, remigrated, re-imported, and the importer threw an error. So I pasted the error back into the chat and it fixed it. And now the images load from blob storage through the API. Now, that's the reality of AI assisted work. It did the heavy lifting. I still had to drive because I didn't define what I wanted clearly enough up front. Now, let me be clear about the number. The autonomous build, the part where it wrote the entire system, was about 95 minutes. The extra time on the recording was me cleaning up, finishing integration tests that I forgot to block out correctly, and then moving those images to Azure. So I own that. But here's a few takeaways from this. 1, The AI doesn't need to be smarter, it needs better inputs. Encoded architecture in a real backlog is why the 15 top-level issues shipped without me babysitting. Number 2, block your dependencies. When I didn't, a worker burned time and tokens rederiving what already existed. So structure will pay you back. Now 3, it runs with any model. The provider went down in this run at the start, and so I just switched. So whether you're using Opus, Sonnet, GPT, whatever's up that day. And I already use this whole blogging system for other sites, not just this HowdyChad blog. And this was built with DevNitro. If you lead a .NET team and you want to see this with your own architecture, then go to devnitro.com. And if you want the full unedited 2-hour build with every stumble included, then the link's in the description. You can drop your email and it'll get sent over. I'm Chad Carter, helping developers ship production-ready software faster. You already know what you're doing, so now go and ship it. And hey, if this helped, you know the drill. Plus, you may want to go ahead and share this with the developer that you like. And I'll see you in the next video.